So my name is Jutta and CEO of Vetter Communications, and our clients are basically within every sector. Everybody needs communication, so we have clients in many different fields, many different sectors. And I've been working with languages and communications all my life. I was raised with 3 languages, and English came very early on, so maybe it wasn't very surprising that I found myself in international communication.
If we talk about AEC businesses specifically, what kind of mistakes do they typically make when talking about PR, communication and marketing?
Right. Maybe the biggest mistakes are not communicating at all, which is a quite big mistake, because even though you have the world's best innovation or best patent, if you don't communicate, nobody will ever find it. So that's kind of mistake number 1. You should always bring out your expertise, your communication. But then maybe, especially in this field, what I run to quite often is that it's very, of course, I mean, we're talking about engineering and we're talking about technical things, which is the core of the field. But still, when communicating, even though we're kind of communicating within the business, sometimes it's good to have the outside view, not to kind of talk too feature-specific, technical-oriented, but more of the benefits and you know how this product or innovation, what it brings to the world.
Nowadays we have so many channels to communicate and market. What would you advise the companies to do and use these various channels?
Right, that's a very good question. Of course, it depends so much on the company, the target audience, the product, the service. But maybe one thing that is quite often overlooked, actually, the power of press coverage. So, of course, we have the world filled of the social media, and of course, there's a space for that as well. And then, of course, the company's own marketing channels, websites, newsletters, whatever. But then I would say one of the most powerful tools is press coverage. That's something that is really, really valuable and also very cost efficient. And that's something many companies have not kind of realized. And we've also helped many international companies come on the Finnish market with very cost efficiently, just by press coverage. We have to distinguish between marketing communications and press communications. So when talking to the media, if we start to market any business, no matter what the field is, they will not market anything. That's not organic press coverage. But the myth is that you can also, if you have a kind of a commercial message that you want to market, you just have to twist it into a kind of news angle to find, because journalists, they're interested in phenomenon that are interesting to their audiences, to their public. So once you kind of twist the marketing message away and then kind of approach the media with that's a new angle, same thing, the different angle, it's actually quite easy to get things through there. Common mistake is also to send out every release to everybody, and that's not good, because journalists, influencers, they get so many contacts, contacting like emails and releases and whatever. So I think targeting is the most important, because also I think you, as an influencer, you appreciate it when you get something that is really targeted to you, which is of your interest, and not something that is totally out of the context.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Nowadays we talk about personal branding as well, and I think that, do you see that as something that we should really focus on in the future?
Absolutely, yes. I think also the biggest brands, no matter how many thousands of employees you have, but usually when the company has a face, kind of somebody who kind of represents the company as a face, as a person, as an individual, it always helps. I mean, if we think about the biggest brands in the world, I mean, Richard Branson is a good example of it. He's given his face to, well, his brand, which is kind of a very big brand now, or brands, many brands in the plural. So I think personal branding is very important, and that also is kind of long-term thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes work and strategic work. But yes, absolutely, it's important. Also in the business-to-business sector. So that's often overlooked, actually. And that's also something I think we communications people can help with. I think the personal brand is built by so many pieces. It's not just one thing you say or 2 things you say. Everything, the entity, how you're reacting and presenting. So very often, actually, help is needed, and together it's not about, it's teamwork.
What do you think about AI? How would you suggest people use it in marketing, PR, and communication?
Yes, very good question. I actually, many people in the communications and PR field actually are quite afraid of their jobs. Like, is AI taking over? My definite answer is no. I'm actually not afraid of my job because I've seen so much AI can help. But I've also seen those texts written by AI and published, like without any person proofreading them or rewriting them. And to be honest, they're not always good. So I think the human touch is always needed there. So AI is a very good help, but you should not rely on AI completely when talking about communications and PR.
Finally, how can people contact you and find more information about what you do?
Yeah, thank you. So as I said, our company Vetter Communications, of course, online, vetter.fi, and also I'm on LinkedIn. I think that's maybe the best channel to contact me personally, and I would be happy to discuss this topic further.